As a YouTube hobo douche with a sole purpose of bringing joy and happiness to our Earth, I noticed that slow motion is fun. Not for that. I don't know what he's trying to accomplish there, but I need good slow motion. Oh God, you're ruining this. No one's gonna believe that you actually need slow motion if that's all you do, just like living room stuff. It's gonna be one of those episodes.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
Okay, first little side rant, and then we talk about slow motion. Do you have any idea how annoying that just was? When I filmed that, I flicked the coin up in the air, it dropped, and I would like to do multiple takes. You never know if you're getting the right coin flip action. And it dropped into nowhere. I was like, where the hell did that go? And it's hot, and I'm in a wig, and I'm just like itching, and I'm like, where the hell is that? It was nowhere. I finally found it after watching the footage back, and I was like, okay, it went that way. It was like in the tiniest corner in the darkness. Man, I'm always shocked and perplexed when I get comments like, why do you need slow motion? You're the only one. Like, are you new to Earth? Things move at a normal speed that our eyes see, and then if you slow it down, everything is cooler. Every single thing, like the magic, can only be had in slow motion. It's one of the only things that I produce that actually gives me chills and gives me just this sense of purpose when I capture some kind of moment and it's super slow, and then I make music and put it to it, and somehow it fits together, and I'm just like, wow, that's the best, man. Why aren't I doing this all day long? And so, like, some of you guys are thinking, oh, he's so obsessed with slow-mo. What's his problem? He just runs across the street. That's only half of it. That's only half. I went for a walk with my fiance the other day, and we saw this guy feeding the pigeons, and I was like, oh my goodness, whip out the phone. We got the 7,680 frames per second. It's like, okay, let's get some moments here. It's just so fun to try to capture those. Like, you get a split second. It's less than half of a second, and you're hoping to time that shot to where something magical happens. And if it does, they fly, my friend. When someone tells me I'm the only one who needs slow motion, 120 frames per second, that's enough for everyone. I would never go past 60 frames per second. What are you doing? I'm not filming weddings here where you need, 4K 60, that's enough. I'm capturing magic in our world. That is slower the better. There could be a limit. 7,000 frames for slow motion street videography, that wouldn't be very good at all. It would just be like a picture slowly moving. It's photography at worst, at its worst. But a little 240 frames per second slow motion street videography, sometimes you want 480. In fact, there was a little moment in the music video I released on Vegetable Police, because you guys didn't deserve it. You always attacking me for creativity in the comments. A bunch of old men photographers. Stop being outside of the box. Just take a picture of the camera box that it came in. But there was a moment in the song where things got sexual fast, and I'm talking about something, and this woman, she was perfect for the shot. It just happened, but it was very quick. It was over. So I topazed enhanced it, and I lasted longer with her. 480 frames per second, and it was a much better scene.
Soy boy, you eat too much corn. While you watch porn, you're ordinary, like normal people.
So that's what I look for in cameras. Give me the slow motion, but also make it usable to where it's easy, like Sony ZV-E1. Can't wait to go out with this thing, get some slow motion street videography. Wish I had a 135mm Baddest, maybe. Still thinking of pouncing, but it's an APO design, meaning they chopped the 3D in half. It's 1.5D. The technology is already there. It's almost perfect. In Sony, I have auto-exposing, auto-focusing 240 frames per second that I barely even have to know where you are. I can just like guess, looking away, oh, he's not filming me. That you have to be discreet about it. Those slow motion street, you can't just be like, oh my God. Even though I don't have a viewfinder. It's like too obvious. Imagine you're walking by me and I'm just like, Like, no. But like if I'm just holding it, it's like, okay, he's pointing it at me. He could be filming. I don't know. I'll just look away. I don't have time for this. What might be even better, the DJI Pocket 3, it's not going to look as nice as the full frame with the background blur, but this is even more discreet. Like now you're barely like, what the hell's he even doing? People don't even look at me. Like I'm holding the straps of my knapsack and this is here focusing on you. And like I can get really close to people and I'm looking away and it's like, it's framed good because it's pretty wide. Beautiful. So like this is what excites me. Like not only the higher and frame rate increases of 480 frames, 1,000 frames, but just the using of it, better autofocus, better stabilization in those modes, perfect exposure, human detection at its finest. This is why I was looking for the ultimate vlog setup for travel, because I was going to various Canadian cities looking for my new home, because we're sick of Toronto, and it's like, okay, what's the ultimate setup for that? Because you want to vlog a little bit? Don't you dare focus on that Nikon. Around that Nikon. Vlog and then slow motion of the town to capture the feel of that town. And you would think, oh, Panasonic, Micro Four Thirds, 300 frames per second. You don't have autofocus? That ruins my life. So it's like Panasonic leading the industry in the slowest frame rates right now for mirrorless, 300 frames. No one's doing that. It's unusable. It's manual focus only. What are you gonna do? You think you're walking by some girl and you're gonna manually focus on her? I can't even look at her. It has to be one of these movements. It's a little obvious, isn't it, that I'm filming you? It's too obvious. So the best moments are on little tiny things like this. So like not only am I demanding slower slow motion, better looking, sharper, in focus human detection, but also in a small body that people can't see. Because then you capture the real moments where people are just being themselves. It's not this act like, oh my god, he's focusing on me. They're waving and shit. Like, just be yourself in your natural habitat, in your zoo, human. Like tiny little things like X3000. That could be so good. Look at that. Huh? Yes, I did get a cap. Look at it. You look at it. You're waiting for it. Not gonna do it. No, you're not gonna do that. I bought this on eBay. Just a little lens cap. It makes all the difference in the world. Little 3D printed lens cap. Just snaps right on there. Don't scratch the lens. Boom. So like, people say, oh, my camera's pocketable. Just because it fits in your pocket doesn't mean you're actually walking around somewhere in comfort. This is the only pocketable device. I've literally traveled around the world with this thing in my pocket. It's right in there. It's like, oh, do I even have a camera to film? Oh, I do. There it is. And now the lens is not scratched. What did that have to do with anything? That was a side rant. I don't even have affiliate links for this. It's eBay. How come eBay doesn't have affiliate links? So it's like that Free Fly Ember. Amazing. Wow, like you're doing 6K, 600 frames per second or something. Like, incredible. That would be the ultimate, but using it is a complete letdown. You couldn't. You could do wildlife, maybe. I don't know what the hell lens you're gonna use. Like, it's manual focus only lenses. There's no electronic contacts. You need a monitor and a huge V-mount battery, and it's like this rig. Imagine doing that. Slow motion street videography with a shoulder rig. Like, grow up. But it's that balance of amazing specs to usability, to size and cost. Discreet. So it's like Pocket 3, tough to beat that. Better image, Sony ZV-E1 with a nice Zeiss lens. Tough to beat that. It's better, but much bigger, heavier. More noticeably, you're filming someone. You're a creep. That's not good. I've been posting a lot of my slow motion clips to Instagram, just little snippets of these interesting people, and the comments I'm getting. Is that legal? What do you? Oh, that's so unethical. It's like, who are you? It's Earth. It's public space. Like, people, you know you're being filmed by like 30 cameras at all times. Dash cams, security cams, people with their vlogs, people on FaceTime talking, you're in the background of their live stream. Like, we're all being filmed at all times, and in my opinion, street photography, and especially street videography, which is much cooler than photography, of course it's ethical. It's just you're capturing real moments. Crying, people crying in the street, like, yeah, wow, like, look at that sadness. It's real. We're all experiencing these kinds of emotions, and then seeing it in slow motion, it just makes it so powerful. It gives you empathy towards these people. I understand some people might not want to be filmed, especially their kids or something, then it ends up on my channel, it's on YouTube. It's like, oh my God, my kid's on TV, what the hell? It's like, who cares, man? In my world, in my head, we're all partners, we're all friends, we're all just sharing the moments. There's nothing to worry about. There's no like, oh my God, I'm gonna kidnap your kid now that I know he exists. Like, there's a crazy world underground, and like, we're rooting them out. That's what this whole last several years has been about. Y'all with me? Yes. So it's like, that's not my world. My world is just friendship and love and magic. And so like, I need slow motion for that, and I demand it. And so, you want my love? Nikon, Sony, Panasonic, Canon? You're increasing the frame rates and making it better looking. Where's my downsampled 1080p 240 frames, 480 frames? Like, it's all just kind of afterthoughtish. So like, what kind of compromises are needed to be made to have those high frame rates? So I don't know what technology we need. Is it a stacked sensor? Because every stacked sensor I see usually does not have better slow motion. This is partially stacked. It seems sharper than my ZVE1. The 240 frames per second, so not bad. Pretty good Nikon, but like, let's move past that already. I'm bored already. So like, 240 has been nice for the past while. Well, you wedding filmographers are stuck at 60 frames per second in 4K, like there's any magic there. That wedding's over. That relationship, straight to divorce court. If it was 240, yeah, they might have lasted a little, how long? Like 5 times as long. So you can understand my plight when companies are removing the slow-mo that they used to have. Not only are they not improving it, they're actually taking it out. Sony ZV-1 did 960 frames per second in HD. All the new ones, Mark II, gone. Why didn't you improve it and make it like better looking? It looked like trash. But because you bunch of sad sacks with zero creativity to be a creep on your street, to film nice things in slow motion, hardly anybody's doing good things with slow motion. Sony sees these little TikTok vloggers. Oh, they don't need slow-mo. I guess we won't put it in there. Where's my geniuses? Little creative geniuses making little firecracker moments. I filmed this girl. Firecracker, set that off. Blue light on the side. Oh my God. Where are you guys? So how do we go from 7,680 frames per second in my Huawei P40 Pro to 3 generations later having only 960? And it's like AI interpolated or something. It's not even real. What happened there? Sony's old cinema cams all did 960 frames per second. Their old phones did it. Samsung's phones used to be real, and it became interpolated. Everything is getting worse. What the hell are we doing? So I'm just waiting and using what I have to film. I have plenty of tools, and we get some shots, and I wait for you to one-up it. And then I'll buy into your company and lose the money I deserve to lose. So, slow motion is fun, and do better sometime. I clearly need amazing slow motion for important things, very important things. So, thank you for watching today and donating your Bitcoins to slow motion events in your city. And I'll be leaving now. Do you agree? 1,000 frames per second in 4K should be usable and done soon. You have 8 minutes, companies, to release it. Subscribe and what did I say?